Auckland will remain at level 4.
Testing is really the key protection.
Doesn't take any longer than 8 seconds.
What would happen if people stopped getting tested? Today on the COVID Kōrero, the Prime Minister is urging more people in Tamaki Makaurau to get tested even if you don't have symptoms. Tākuta Rawiri Jansen deep dives into all things testing. And we have a look at the new way Te Whānau o Waipareira are testing the essential workers. Oh wait, this just in. Okay, so Uncle Jay is standing by to give us an update on what's going on in Auckland. He seems to be at the Manurewa testing station. Kia ora, Uncle.
Kia ora, Scarlett. We're here at Manurewa testing station and have just had the word that we are still in lockdown. Health officials are saying that if you are in these areas, especially Manurewa, Otta, Mangere, Papatoetoe, Massey, Whawhana or Mount Eden, you should come get tested even if you don't have the symptoms. We need people to get tested so we can get out of lockdown. Back to you, Scarlett.
Thank you for the update, Uncle Jay. And it seems like he's not the only one wanting whānau in those places to get tested.
Just come get tested today so we can go to level 2 so McDonald's can open.
Double cheese, triple cheeseburger.
Hey, my name's Josh. We're here at outta COVID testing station. I think it's important just to come down and get a test even if you're just considering it or not too sure.
It's just good to come get tested just to keep your bubble safe and to keep the community safe. Like, you may not be sick, but just in case, just come down and it's just good to be safe.
Kia ora whānau. My name is Dr. Tangri. I'm here at the Viri Testing Centre and we would love to have you here for a test. Please come on in and have a test with us here.
Usually what we do is our cars come through down to the line, they get all their questions done and triage, then they come through for the swabs, then they drive on home. Doesn't take any longer than 8 seconds, but sometimes the wait is longer than 5.
Please come down and get tested. It's really important that we keep our whānau safe and also find the numbers of people that might be positive so that we can do something about that. I guess we've been out here for about 10 days now in Mangere and we've seen a significant drop off. So we're really wanting whānau to keep the pressure up, to keep on coming out to get tested.
Yep, we hear you are essential workers and thank you for all your mahi. Now I know that some people might be like, but why should I get tested? I'm only one person. Like, it's all good. We'll be sweet. Well, I took to Dr. Rawiri Jansen to find out why. Kia ora, Rawiri.
Kia ora. Hey, thanks for having me.
I've just got a few pātai. Could you just tell me a little bit about yourself?
I'm from Ngāti Raukawa, Ngāti Hinerangi. I'm a GP and I work at a clinic in Raungaiti Marae, just out of Waharoa. 1 day a week I work as a GP and then the rest of the time I work as a clinical director looking after a whole bunch of clinics, about 55 of them. And also I look after the Mana Kids program. It's in 61 schools in South Auckland. So I love my job.
Why did you want to become a doctor?
It's the thing that I always wanted to do, but I suspect that part of it is because when I was a kid, when I was 4 years old, I had rheumatic fever. And so I had to go and see a doctor every month to get an injection of some antibiotics or for years and years. So I spent quite a lot of time in health settings like primary care, general practice and stuff. So I guess that I had lots of exposure to it.
Why is being tested so important?
Yeah, so testing is really the key protection for knowing that COVID's in the community. So anybody who's unwell should get tested. And if we pick it up early, we can stop the spread. So with this Delta one, essentially we had one case positive and we went into lockdown alert level 4. We kind of knew that one person positive meant that we're almost certainly going to have other people positive and we needed to shut that down and stop the transmission early.
What would happen if people stopped getting tested?
I think we'd end up in a bad place because COVID will break out and we won't know, and it will spread further. It will spread a long way, lots of people being affected by it. Now, while we're talking about testing, it's probably worth remembering that even once we're vaccinated, we're still going to have to get tested. Because once you're vaccinated, you are way less likely to get the virus, to get COVID, but you can get it. And you're less likely to spread the virus, but you can do it. So somebody who's vaccinated can't walk around as if they're bulletproof. They're not. They could get the virus and not know it. They might not even be unwell, but they could spread the virus. Once we've got a really good immune vaccination program, 90% or 95% vaccinated, I don't think we go all the way back to a level 4. It'd be pretty rare.
Can you tell me what happens when you get tested for COVID?
I've been tested a few times and I lean back a little bit and they stick a nice thin swab into the back of my nose, and they don't stick it up my nose. That's not the right direction. It goes behind my nose, right back that way. And they twirl it around once and they pull it out. It's a funny feeling because you hardly ever have anything back there in your nose. It's a funny feeling, but it's pretty gentle. It's in and it's out. They stick it in a tube and they send it off to the lab, and the lab runs this really clever machine that tests it. And I don't know anything more about the machine. Sorry, Scarlett, but the machine will go yes or no. And so far for me, it's always been no. I haven't got COVID, so I'm pretty happy with that.
How come up the nose?
Because it's a respiratory virus. And so our respiratory system has got lungs and throat and the nose. And so the virus, we can capture it there. It's not the only way of doing it though, eh? I don't know if you've heard about saliva testing. And so the mouth and nose are still all part of our respiratory system. And so now there is testing of saliva to see if people have got COVID. And lots of people find that a lot easier to manage than having a swab down the back of your nose.
Ngā mihi tākuta, here's a little look at how the new saliva testing process works.
Kia ora whānau, I'm Lance Norman. I'm working at Whānau Waipareira, and at the moment we're doing saliva testing on our essential workers. It's real easy, so everyone just kind of gets a kit, plastic bag, tissue, teaspoon. You're building up saliva. You're just kind of dribbling into your teaspoon here, and then pouring it into your tube. And then once you've done half, you're just putting the lid on the tube, and we're good to go. And then we send that in overnight to the lab, and then people are getting their results either late at night, that same day, or the next morning. So you're waking up and you've got your sort of negative COVID test.
Well, thank you for watching another episode of the COVID Kōrero. And if anyone wants to get some more information, go to covid19.govt.nz. Hey kona!
Me and Daddy getting tested. 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 We're trying to do our bestest. Get the swab, we do a good job. Me and Daddy getting tested. Auckland needs us now to get out of lockdown. We feel the flu, we know what to do. Kia kaha, make us proud. Me and Daddy getting tested. We're trying to do our bestest. If me and my dad getting tested, could you and your family get tested? If we get the test, we can join the rest.
Nā te kotaitanga o ngā tari hauora o Tamaki, me te taitokirau te pūtea tautoko. This program was proudly supported by the 4 Northern Regions DHBs.